battling a war called depression. It's a war within a war, mixed of emotions, unbalanced. Everybody looked over you. They looked past you. Wasn't trying to be patient with you. Dang, they gave up on you. They overlooked you. They really overlooked you. Just for them to reevaluate their thought process. They played in their own face, judging the book by its cover. It's the thought process for me, the narrative that they really ran with. Of their delusional ass mindset of a description that you truly wasn't. Wow. Being sexually assaulted as a child. Dealing with violence. Dysfunctional folks went into your adulthood. Discrimination, it was real. Domestic violence, unhealthy relationships, trauma on top of trauma, dysfunctional behavior within dysfunctional behavior seen around. It's the thought process of me. That the norm of the norm was to be unaware of yourself and to be in the depression mindset and to give up on yourself, and it was the norm of the norm for your neighbor to dim your light, and it was the norm of the norm for your neighbor to kick you down when you was trying to find balance within your day, and understanding that, wow, depression don't live here today. They don't understand they can't get in tune with your self-reflection. You choosing yourself today. The energy hit different. When you understood the assignment that your pain don't live here today, you know your trauma, your pain, where they try to dim your light, but you're not allowing yourself to become victim because they made you victim, not shortchanging yourself. Depression is a mental state. I don't wish on my worst enemy. Because everybody's walk of life is different. And everybody don't have the strength to actually understand the awareness, to pay attention, to love themselves, to respect themselves, to come out of that depression. Regardless to what label it is, what type of depression. It's the thought process of me, because you can shortchange yourself, psych yourself out your thought process, learning your freedom when it comes to depression. When that pain and that trauma don't live here today, it wasn't easy to overcome that pain. But having patience with yourself and being kind to yourself and not hurting yourself with words and allowing someone to dim your light within dimming your light, because you're not allowing yourself to become a victim. Hater in disguise. They continue to multiply. Why? Because you choose your best self-vision of yourself to self-reflect. It be the thought process of me when it comes to the one-sided conversations. Neighbor, just stay in your own lane. Never judge a book by its cover. You fuck around and play in your own face. It be the thought process for me. Dang. Oh, because you choose your best self-vision of yourself. To understand that assignment within assignment, to love yourself, to know your value, to not shortchange yourself. You have self-confidence within yourself. To understand the assignment within the assignment, to have self-patience within yourself, to understand the assignment that you have self-peace with yourself, something that you ain't got a mere mask to tune into yourself. When you look at your self-reflection, to love yourself, to honor yourself. When you understand the awareness within awareness, to not shortchange yourself. They don't understand why you love yourself. They say you think you better than somebody. Why? Because you love yourself. It be the thought process of me. Misery loves company. The only way to entertain is to acknowledge it. Wow. When depression don't live here today, they try to dim your life and dim your light. It be always the hate in disguise that always try to play you close to psych you out your thought process, letting you from your pockets or your eyesight when they ain't got good intentions. Why? Because you love yourself. You respect yourself. You ain't got to fake gaslight yourself, let alone to have a conversation with someone to them to see, to recognize it, then they real recognize real. Oh, I get it. It bothers them because you choose your best self-vision of yourself, not to dim your light, regardless to what pain and trauma you done overcame. Or when you take the time to get to know yourself and on that one-on-one to self-reflect, they don't understand why you choose your best self-vision of yourself. Dang. You know what? God has not given up on you. And God is still being patient with you. It's the thought process of me. You know when God doesn't dim your light, within dimming your light because someone doesn't see your potential? But when God sees potential within you, God is not going to allow you to dim your light, let alone God is not going to dim your light because you have a purpose. That's the difference. knowing your purpose, knowing your worth, showing up for yourself, not shortchanging yourself, because you have a purpose. Child of God, that's the difference between you, them, and they. And that's why they don't understand why. Never judge a book by its cover, because depression don't live here today. You became a believer within becoming a believer, not shortchanging yourself today. Wow. You understood the assignment within assignment. That you matter, you're worthy. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. When your pressure and your anxiety and your pain don't live here today, but you're patient with yourself to get in tune with yourself, to balance yourself out, to elevate, to become your best self vision of yourself. Wow. When you self-reflect to look in the mirror, within and on the outside, you mean what you say what you mean, that you're a real one to yourself, to recognize that your pain don't live here today. You ain't got to fake gaslight nobody when you truly at peace with yourself. When you're just trying to elevate and understand that your pain and your trauma don't live here today. I gotta go. Now you genuine love, respect.